Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking Detroit Pistons today. It has been way too long, Pistons fans. I'm sorry for the lack of content. I'm done with the playoffs, dude. Obviously, I'm still going to watch them, but I'm sick of making the same video every day. Luka needs help. Luka doesn't need help. Golden State, Boston, Miami. I'm just bored at this point. So we're getting into off-season content. So if you're ready for a bunch of Pistons videos and NBA videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's try and hit 50 likes on today's video, Pistons family. You guys have always blessed the channel, so I'm very appreciative, very supportive of you guys. If you've been following my channel, if you've been watching my Pistons videos, you guys know I'm pretty huge on this squad. And, basically the way I see this next offseason, because I know a lot of Detroit fans weren't too thrilled with getting the 5th pick in the draft. Personally, I think it's money. I think it's absolutely money. So we're looking at a mock draft here today, and they've got Shaedon Sharpe going to Detroit, which, my take on Shaedon is, personally, I don't really want him. With the 5th pick, it's a little bit different. With the Detroit Pistons, it is a little bit different. The reason I'm big on Detroit being huge winners actually from the draft is because I think the top is a little bit more heavy than some people anticipate. So let's look at this mock draft here, for example. We've got Chet going 1, Jabari going 2, Paolo going 3. I don't think any of those 3 players would slip to number 5, but if for some reason they did, you're pouncing on it immediately, right? And if we take a look at the Detroit Pistons cap room, if we take a look at, I wouldn't worry too much actually at all about cap space. I mean, you're in year 2 of Troy Weaver. Troy Weaver knows what he's doing. He's going out, he's finding the dudes he wants, and then you're going to fill out the holes later on. Now is not really the time to be worried about filling in holes like, the Kelly Olynyk signing. I kind of like, but looking at Marvin Bagley, he is a high upside player, but I highly doubt they give him a $14.7 million qualifying option. So I don't really anticipate Marvin being on Detroit next season. I anticipate them trading away Jeremy Grant, whether or not I like Jeremy as a player. But as far as long-term goes for Detroit, it's very similar to Christian Wood in Houston. The fans probably wish, but it's probably not going to happen. So in this draft class, I'm not really thinking too much about positional. I really am not thinking about positional at all, actually. But like I said, if you have Chet, Jabari, or Paolo available still at number 5, you're going to take them. So who's going number 4? Well, number 4, we've got Sacramento. My take on Sacramento with that 4th pick, I think they're going to take Keegan Murray. So either way, at pick number 5, you're going to have the option either most likely of Jaden or Keegan. You're going to have Jaden or Keegan. And that would be my pick right there immediately. But you also got guys like A.J. Griffin. A.J. Griffin is a guy who I would imagine is going to continue. I mean, he's been climbing up in the mock drafts, but or just, draft value, if you will. I can't think of the damn word for it. But his draft stock is definitely rising. But those are the 7 I'm looking at. I don't think they'll gamble on a guy like Dyson or Benedict or Jeremy, although those are good quality players. I also, if I'm Detroit, I guess I wouldn't really count out either trade up or trade down. But here's my point. And it's very similar to guys like Masai or Rafael Stone, where, in my opinion, a good GM, especially in today's day and age, because I feel like we're kind of drifting away more from just shooting threes. I think we're getting back onto defense. Look at a team like Toronto. They have double-digit dudes with 6'8" or 6'9" or higher wingspans. Versatility, I think, is very important, but flexibility as far from a management standpoint, from a team outlook standpoint, I think is very critical. And that's exactly what Troy Weaver and all the top GMs do. They keep it flexible, right? Because if you didn't want to put all this stock in thinking, oh shoot, we need a top 4 pick, otherwise we're effed. You cannot have that mentality. Troy Weaver's not having that mentality. He got 5, and he's happy. That's the furthest it slipped. Take what you can get, right? So the 5th pick, I would say definitely 6 is getting a little bit more on that risque line, but 5 is money, man. And I have a feeling, because it was with every fan base, right? Every single fan base right after the draft had opinions to say. But this was, draft lottery was like 2 weeks ago, right? So we have all had time. Every fan base has had time to kind of, decompress, evaluate it, look at it, rationalize it. And I would honestly imagine a lot of Pistons fans aren't going to be all that upset with pick number 5 because you're looking at just massive high upside players. So, like I said, if you're Detroit, you're kind of looking at these 3 players, and then I would list AJ Griffin just below those 3 players. But you're really looking at Jaden Ivey, who would help the squad out a lot. Cade Cunningham can play dual positions. I get Killian Hayes, but like I said, if I'm the Pistons, I'm not worried about positional needs. In fact, if I'm any team, I'm not worried about positional needs. I cover the Rockets. I'm a big Rocket fan, and people hear the name Jaden Ivey, they're like, "Oh my God, he's a shooting guard!" Ah! I don't think you should worry about positional needs. So you're looking at Jaden Ivey, who is a Ja Morant-esque player. The athleticism is through the roof with a guy like Jaden Ivey. He is not afraid. He's a great culture piece. He always takes the big shot in big time games. So Jaden Ivey, would he fit onto the Detroit Pistons, the new identity, the new culture that's brewing? Absolutely. Next, we got Shaedon Sharpe. Personally, because I've been seeing Ben Simmons videos shooting consecutive threes for 3 seasons now, it feels like. I see a video of Shaedon Sharpe, and I'm like, all right, it'll be him guarded by a bunch of dudes who have never played professional basketball. I'm not one to speak. But all I'm saying here is that, every video of Shaedon Sharpe I've seen is like him going what looks to be half speed. You got these small-ass, unathletic dudes guarding him, and yeah, he's just like jogging into the paint, and then he'll show off his freaky athleticism. He'll go through the legs. So it's like, obviously, you're not going to be doing, that's not like a in-game drill, but he's showing flashes. This guy's freaky athletic. Personally, I don't trust dudes who didn't play in college or in the G League. Like, high school basketball is so different. But 5-star recruits are 5-star recruits for a reason. So there is definitely enough high upside there. He gets compared to Paul George a lot. He's very, very young. About to turn 19 years old here. The potential is limitless. Sorry, limitless potential with Shaedon Sharpe. Although I'm not too huge on him, it doesn't matter, right? It's still, in my eyes, a solid pick if they were to get him. And then we've got Keegan Murray, who can literally do everything. He can score, he can shoot, he can rebound, he can defend. He can protect the rim. He can protect the paint. Like, Keegan can literally do everything, and that's why you see his per 36 stats being 26.5, 10 rebounds, 2.2 blocks, and 1.5 steals. So all 3 of those dudes. And then, like I said, I'll give AJ Griffin some credit as well, because it's not like he is a bad, not worst case scenario, but let's say a team 5, 6, or 7. Some way, somehow, a trade comes where Detroit's acquiring either, first-round pick for next season, or they're acquiring a young, nice, talent player from, I guess, either Indiana or Trailblazers, or I guess, 3-team trade, 4-team trade, even come draft day is always in the equation. But my point being, Detroit's in a good spot. And I've been thinking this ever since the draft. I saw they got 5, and I'm like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. And I just wanted to make a video just kind of openly talking about it. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like button, hit that sub button. Most importantly, though, if you're still watching right now, go ahead, drop down below. Who do you want the Detroit Pistons to draft? We started this daily live NBA show. We're going to have some sweet people on it. It's live every morning on YouTube at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be on streaming platforms afterwards. Great things coming. The link's going to be in the bio. It's going to be in the comment section of all of my videos. So I hope to see you guys there.